unfortunately, a couple of times. My wife and I have tried hard to move back to this beautiful area for quite some time, and we finally were able to do so. And I'm very proud to be here. That said, I'm a landowner in Blount County. I would have dressed up a little bit today, but I was canning beans. Unfortunately, there's a lot of folks that won't be able to do that if these roads are built, and I find that very unfortunate and sad. I also, in coming from Rockford, I did not come to propose or the route that was shown today. For example, minutes saved, I came the back roads and gave myself more than sufficient time to get here. And I can't imagine $100 million being spent in order for me to get here a few minutes quicker. Thirdly, I noticed on the alternative A and C that it looked like there was only one exit, and that would have been at Highway 411. And I'm not real sure how that's going to increase mobility for the bulk of folks that live on this side of the county and commuting to Knoxville if they can only access it here, 411 and Highway 33. Fourthly, in response to the gentleman that spoke earlier about needed improvements to the infrastructure of Blount County, I'm sure that some of those infrastructure improvements need to be made. However, building an interstate through some of the most rural aspects of this county outside Great Smoky Mountains National Park seems like a lot of overkill. And borrowing a phrase from our good friend and fellow Blount County and Billy Minzer, it's like using a nuclear bomb to take out a foxhole when all you had to do was throw a grenade in it. And fifthly, as a taxpayer, I find it extremely appalling that we would even be standing here today having to consider such a large amount of money being spent on a project to save just a matter of a few minutes. If you want a closer drive to Knoxville, then I would suggest maybe moving a little closer to that large city.
We still have a number of speakers, so I'd like to be able to move ahead. After Ms. Gregg, Richard Hennigan. Mr. Hennigan? Okay, good. Go ahead.
My name is Nina Gregg. I live at 4210 Severical Road on US 411, Blount County. I have read all 1,300 plus pages of the draft environmental impact statement study and the supporting technical memorandum. As someone said earlier, it's hard to know where to begin. I guess one point I'd like to make sure that everyone here understands this who may not have read all that material. All of the traffic analyses assume not only that 4.4 miles of the Pellissippi Parkway Extension would be built, every single one of those projections also assumes the southern loop is built. Every one of those projections assumes the relocated Alcoa Highway would be built. So those of you who think the southern loop is dead, it's not. It is in the TPO's long-range plan, and I hope that 3 or 4 or 10 years from now, you're not standing here. Second, for a number of years, we've been hearing from lots of different bodies, TDOT, the Chamber of Commerce, the mayors of Alcoa and Warren County, our state representatives, that this project will improve traffic congestion in Blount County. The DEIS states without question that these costly new highways will not address our traffic congestion problems. I'm not going to cite chapter and verse, but over and over and over again in those 1,300 pages, that's what TDOT's own analysis says. This will not address our traffic congestion problems. Are we really expected to go along with a project that will spend $60 to $100 million when it will not change traffic volumes and will not improve levels of service? What will we get for $100 million? We'll get 4.4 miles of pavement through some of our county's remaining active farmland and green space. And I want to point out that just about a year from now, we're about to have the 1-year anniversary of the Blount County Planning Commission adopting a green infrastructure plan under the guidance of our planning director, John Lamb. How is paving over farmland consistent with preserving green space and viewscapes? I have a few observations about the economic and fiscal impact analysis, which may have been done at our request. I'm not sure. We did ask for this. The DEIS does state we'll see increased residential development from the extension. The economic and fiscal impact analysis says that commercial tax revenues will pay for increased public services in the county. But as someone mentioned earlier, the areas where where commercial development is likely either are already inside the city of Alcoa, like Pellissippi
You have 30 seconds.
or will soon be annexed by the city of Maryville. What I want to say now is really directed to our elected officials. Why are you persisting in something that you know is not good for our community? Are you unwilling to face the reaction of colleagues and business associates if you change your mind based on this analysis? Do you think we've invested so much that we must proceed? This is why we invest in analysis, so we don't make big mistakes. I want to challenge our elected leaders. We don't want to say, I told you so 10 years from now.
I have to ask you to
I'm almost
close.
done. Thank you.
You have just 5 seconds left.
Thank you. Leadership is not holding a position of power. Leadership is doing the right thing for the community. If you do the right thing, and if you say, you know, this is not such a good idea, we will applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you.